So I like to have lessons with students concerning London and the UK in general, because for most people it's their first time in London. They don't really know some of the cultural aspects of London, and for me that's a huge important way to integrate into society and to enjoy the experience of being in London. Today was, I kind of split the lesson up in two. So one thing that I know a lot of students find difficult is tube stations and how to pronounce them. So initially I asked them to say, you know, what their nearest tube station was and how long it took them to get from their tube station to Speak Up London, and then practice pronouncing them. And then I linked it into a video on YouTube. YouTube has a lot of great videos on the London Underground, and there was one particular video which I picked out, which had 20 difficult tube stations to pronounce.
It's Greenwich. Now this is often mispronounced as Greenwich.
In the second part of the class, I did some true-false questions. For example, tipping, which is something which generally in pubs we don't like to do. So I wrote on the board, it's normal to tip in London. And I got them to decide whether they thought it was true or false. In the UK, it's not normal to tip in a pub, but in a restaurant it is. But it's to try and give them an insight from a local who, as I'm from London, to give them a perspective of, okay, this is how it is in the UK, how is it in your country, compare, contrast, because then it adds context to the lesson. Context, it's bringing language into real world that they can relate to, because language is mainly done outside the classroom. They are in London, so they will hear language every single day, either from another student, or if they work in London, or if they've been to a restaurant or a pub, they will have experienced some of this language used. And, you know, bringing it into the classroom where they can share experiences, help each other, and make them feel more comfortable. It's really beneficial, and it helps them, as I say, to learn more about the language that's used and why we use it. Because I want students to walk away from London, however long they stay in London for, and feel like they've not just had a language learning experience. They've experienced what it's like to live in London, and that is priceless.